Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Confidence and I am a YouTuber based in Canada. If you are seeing my face for the first time, please do not make it your last. Hit on the subscribe button, you get valuable knowledge here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. So today I will be talking about how I was approved in 7 days. Let's get right into the video. This journey started sometime in 2022. Sometime in 2022, I knew that okay, it's time for me to move. In that regard, I reached out to an agent and told her that I want her to facilitate my process of relocating through study routes. She told me her charges. She said her charges was about 2 million naira. I was like, oh, that's fine, no problem. And I wanted an agent then to do it for me because I was on zero level. I mean, I didn't know anything about IRCC, immigration, how it works or anything. I knew nothing, right? So that's why I was like, I didn't want to stress myself. I already have my hands full with work. Let me just get an agent to do it for me and get that part done. But yeah, the Spirit of God didn't want me to use an agent, because after I spoke with the agent, I told her, okay, I'll get back to you in 1 month so that we can get started. Spirit of God said, I want you to do it yourself. And before I could even choose to move to decide the location where I'm moving to, I prayed about it and God directed me for it to be Canada, right? And he also said no agent, I have to do it myself. Hey, mind you, my hands were busy. I was on multiple projects and it was really tasking and all of that, so I wanted agent to do it for me to get that part done. Well, since this is what God wants, I said moving into 2023 after my birthday, I was like, okay, it's time to get it started. I started researching about schools and all of that, schools that are doing my course, the program I wanted. I checked different schools and it happened that most of them at that time were all closed, and they were closed for May intake, right? And some of them were opening or have opened for January intake, and we're even rounding up for January intake, shockingly. So I applied for 2 schools. One is Humber College, the second one is Conestoga College. And for Conestoga College, I applied for virtual reality production, and for Humber I applied for user experience design. So when I applied to virtual reality production, shockingly the school rejected me. I was like, whoa, right? And their excuse was that my background as my field, my first degree field, is quite different from what I'm trying to do, so they can't give me admission. I had to write them a mail and told them that, boy, your website says that if I have so years of experience, I am qualified to apply with presenting my portfolio and proof of that experience. So they told me that if I have the experience in that particular field and not just any tech field, that they would review my application again and consider me where possible. So I couldn't prove that 5 years of experience that they wanted. So because of that, I couldn't get the program. I couldn't get virtual reality production that I wanted. So I tried using the same application. I used the same application. I was just trying because everything is just learning at the process, at the go. I'll be on the go. So everything was just learning on the go. So I applied for interaction design using my portfolio, backing it up with work experience, backing it up with letter of explanation, backing it up with my just saying that the things I submitted for this was my certificate, let's say transcript, my statement of result, letter of explanation, my resume and my portfolio, then my international passport. That's what I submitted for Humber College, and that same thing I submitted for Conestoga College. And Conestoga College gave me admission instantly for interaction design. Remember I said earlier they rejected my application for virtual reality production. And why I applied for virtual reality production, this is something I'm already learning as a skill, and I was like, oh, it would make sense for me to even get certificate on this, more certification and knowledge on this. Hence I applied, but I couldn't get it, but it's fine. Then as for Humber College, it was actually my top choice. I wanted to get in there, but somehow they didn't reject me, they didn't accept me, they just listed me. Listed meaning that you are neither given admission, you are neither rejected, you are very qualified, or if the intake is tight, but if we see any chance, we'll get you admitted. When I got my admission for Conestoga, I waited a bit. When Humber was not forthcoming, when they listed me, I decided to move forward with Conestoga. Now, the application stage. I would also say that when you are about to apply, please do not rush it. Take your time, because what would it benefit you that you are applying, you're rushing to apply and they're rushing to reject you, right? So take your time, gather your documents. What I did was first of all, for my statement of purpose, it took me 4 months plus to write my statement of purpose. I was writing, iterating. I'm sorry that I am just someone that wants my thing to come out, will I say, perfect. So I was writing, I was iterating on it and all of that. I wanted it to be satisfying, and I was also praying to God. So I started in my visa process. I started with documents gathering. I gathered all the needed documents, and I again make sure that my money is up to what was needed. I took my time to write my statement of purpose, like I told you guys, and yeah, I was praying. In fact, I told God that I wanted my application to be approved in days. I said, God, please, this thing I'm doing, I want you to approve it under 7 days. I prayed during Hallelujah Challenge. I told God again. I kept praying about it, and I was also praying to God for the wisdom to submit the needed and the right things. So I got admission to Conestoga ending June. So I had July, August, September, October, November, December. So guys, I adopted the storytelling format to write my SOP. It was like I think a 6-pager. My SOP was like a 6-pager, right? But when you are reading it, you wouldn't know that it's long, because I made it engaging. I told the story that you wouldn't want it to end when you are reading it. So I took my time, gathered all the required documents, and like I was praying. I also remember telling my sister that she should bet me that I'll be approved under 7 days. Like I kept telling it to her when we'll be praying. I'll be like, you see, I'll be approved in 7 days. I might be in the room working. All of a sudden, I'll just go and meet her in the sitting room. I'll be like, I'll be approved in 7 days. I was so certain, I was so convinced, I don't know, but it was so strong in me that my application would be approved as soon as possible. But I have not applied when I was telling her this. My documents were not complete. I was still even saving like 80% of my earning just to make sure that my money is well balanced, and dollar was really rising, right? But well, I gathered all my documents. I planned to apply by October ending. So by October end, I was ready to apply when I've gathered all the documents I needed. Again, I didn't have enough family ties, or to say family ties, I would say, oh, you're coming back. But how I did that was really crazy. I think God's wisdom was enough. And I will pause here to say that if you want to know the documents that I shared with IRCC, let me know. And if you want me to read my statement of purpose, let me know. I will make a separate video for that and all. Well, when I was about to apply for my study visa, I realized there were some discrepancies in my account. My first name went for my last name, my last name went for my first name, went for my middle name, then my middle name went for my first name, and what was in my passport was different. Do you guys, do you know that for me to rectify this, it took a month plus? Well, I was able to rectify my BVN. When I was done with that, I had to make updates on my account again. These guys wasted a lot of time. November, I planned to apply October, and now we're already in November. I remember telling my sister, and she was like, don't you think that when you want to apply is when God really wanted you to apply? I remember her telling me that clearly. My bank took a lot of time. I disturbed those guys. We fought before they could. We did a lot of back and forth, both with my first bank, with my Stanbic bank. We did a lot of back and forth before they could rectify that issue. So by first week of I think that issue was rectified 30th of November. So I started applying. I also remember spending, like, being awake all through the night updating my documents. So I used the IRCC's old portal. That's what they call it, just to be clear, old portal, not the new portal, right? I think the one they create, GCK, yeah, that's the one I used to for my application. I've already been updating my documents, so the part that was actually left was let my bank statement, let them correct what is in my account so I can get my bank statement, then apply. So when that happened, I put everything together, went through it over and over thoroughly. Went through it over and over, and when I thought it was satisfying enough, I now applied. When I applied on the 3rd of December. When I applied, that same day they sent me request for biometrics. So I think, how much did I spend for my application? A total of $235. That's $85 for biometrics, and I think 100 and but everything was about $235 anyway. They requested for my biometrics. I booked all these things. I don't know them. I didn't even have anyone in my corner that was doing this at the same time when I was doing it, that would say that I will be getting this. Anything that is not clear to me, I just go online. I go to YouTube. Shout out to YouTubers, really, because most of the knowledge, 80% of the knowledge I got for my whole process, I got it on YouTube. I watch videos of people that were approved in days, videos of people that were approved in weeks. I read stories, I listened to their SOP reading and all of those things, and it informed me, it helped me to throughout my own whole process. So I would advise that you do like an in-depth research if you want to do it on your own, and I also advise that you should do it on your own. It's not rocket science. Maybe if the agents had done it for me, I might not even be approved. I might be denied, delayed or something, right? So I did it like it's my own thing, the way I would go about doing my own thing. That was how I did it. So I would say, if you want to do it, you can, except there is something required from the agent that you can't afford or you don't have. But if you want to do it yourself, you can. Anyway, went for my biometric, book appointment. If you booked appointment for your biometrics, please go within that time frame. Don't come a minute late, because if you come, those guys will charge you or tell you to rebook, which means you going back and then booking appointments online again, right? So come within that time frame. If not, except you want to pay, I think 30,000 something additional, like for you to come in after you booked, something like that. I don't know if you guys get. So yeah, I went for my biometrics, did my biometrics, and it was updated on my IRCC portal the next day. Yeah, I also joined this group during this time. I now joined this OJC group, OJC, yeah. So during this time, I joined the OJC group. I was seeing how people were complaining, how people were being rejected. I really did not at any point reason, what if I'm being rejected? What if it doesn't work out? I didn't reason all of those things. But when I now, after submission, and when I now joined that group, and I was seeing how people were like, oh, this is my third time. They rejected me again. They rejected my spouse. I was like, oh. Wait, I had to go back to what I submitted to see if there is something I didn't do well and all of. I kept evaluating my document. I mean, what would I have done, right? Because I was not coming to the reality that there is a possible option of someone being rejected, but that someone would not be me. So it now made me a bit edgy. I was now checking my portal. I remember checking on Tuesday to see if my biometrics had been updated, and then I still checked again on Wednesday to see if there's any changes, anything. But I told myself this will make me this is not like, I don't need to do this. I've submitted, and trusting God means I don't have to worry, right? I don't have to think about what if it was approved or not, whatever. Let me just allow God to do his thing. Since I've prayed, I've done my beads and all of that. Yeah. So on Wednesday was the last time I checked that portal. I didn't bother again. Then on Friday, I got an update from IRCC that said, oh, we made an update on your application. In my mind, I was sincerely thinking that maybe medical had been passed. Mind you, I did upfront medical. When I did my medical, I did it like 5 months before I applied. Yeah, I did it 5 months before I applied. So when I did my upfront medical, I sent them a mail and told them, can you guys forward my results? When I wanted to apply, I told them, can you guys forward my results so I can know the status of my medical status here? And I made sure to tell them that this is quite urgent as I need it immediately. And these guys responded and sent it immediately. So I when I was applying, I attached my upfront medical report, not the sheet to say that I have done medical, the results of my medical. I attached it. I know IRCC would have that their own copy, or IOM, but that's where I did my medical, will send them the copy for my medicals. But I just wanted them to know that, oh, this girl is coming prepared. So I attached on that medical part the sheet and the report for my medical, right? So when I got that update on my portal, I thought maybe they've updated my medical. I was like, okay, maybe they've updated my medical. Let me check and see what it says. Guys, I opened my IRCC portal and I was seeing your application has been approved. I was confused because I just applied like Friday last week, right? And I'm seeing this Friday your application has been approved. I was confused, and so I took a shot of it and went to that OJC group and shared it there. Like, I was confused. People were like screaming, congratulations, which juju you used on the VO. How were they, what did you submit? How were they able to approve you in this? People were screaming. That was when it's not dawned on me that, whoa, this has been approved. I had to go. I was like, then when did they now update that my medical had been passed? How I thought maybe when they update your medical had been passed, you get that notification. I didn't get anything. So I was like, when did they now update that medical had been passed? Then I went back and checked. That Wednesday I checked last and just closed it. After checking between that period, that was when they updated that my medical had been passed. I didn't know. I was shocked. I'm still shocked. So when they approved the request for your passport, right? And when you have to also book appointment for your passport. So I booked appointment for my passport submission for Monday, right? So when I went on Monday, the lady I was submitting my passport to was like, when did you apply? I told her last Monday. And like she asked, when did you do your biometrics? I said last Monday. She said, which counter attended to you? I pointed to the counter. She was like, you are lucky. Oh. This approval was so fast. You are lucky. I thought that no, I'm not lucky. I'm just graced and I'm just blessed. So yeah, when I submitted my passport, it took 2 days. After 2 days, like I submitted Monday, they updated me. They were updating me via my mail on the update. Monday they told me that, oh, we've sent out your passport. Tuesday they told me where it was. Wednesday they told me that it's ready for collection. My passport is ready for collection. Friday my passport is ready for collection. So it took practically like between Monday and Wednesday, that's 2 days plus or 2 days for my passport to be ready. So I went to collect my passport. I would also say, guys, that at this point, please use your mouth and bless yourself. Whatever you want in your life, bless yourself. I mean, what would it takes nothing to bless yourself, right? It takes nothing to confess positivity on your life. That energy you will use to say bad things on yourself, please channel that energy and use it to say good things concerning yourself, because it was not intentional, because it's just a lifestyle for me. Blessing myself is a lifestyle for me, right? 7 days. God, please, this should happen in 7, and it happened. So yeah, that was my story, and I did December. Like, God practically did December for me. Seamless. I had the whole of December to relax with my family, and this intake was for May. So I had December, January, February, March, April to stay with my family. So first week of January, I booked my flight with Air France. I did 1.2 million. I booked ahead. I booked for April 26th of 2024. So I spent time with my family, enjoyed with my friends, had a good time, even though I lost those videos, those memorable videos. And I had enough time to prepare myself to move to Canada. Yeah. So guys, that was it. Thank you so much if you watched to the end, and just stay put, because I have quite amazing stuff to show you guys. And if you have any question, do know that I will always respond. Just put it in the comment section, I will respond to it. And yeah, that's it. You guys take care. Bye.